Hey, what up, guys? We're here in the studio holding it down with Coco Brown, so keep it locked. All right, so first and foremost, we have to talk comedy. I want to know a little bit of your favorites. SNL 40. They had, did you watch that special?
I did not, girl. I was working.
Okay, for sure. Speaking of working, I hear you're in 4 shows this
four
year?
shows right now. Yeah, I'm in Casey Undercover with Zendaya, who is, I love her right now. And also with David and Tamla Mann in the new sitcom Man and Wife. Also just wrapped up season 4 of Soul Man. The Soul Man with Cedric, Entertainer, and Niecy Nash. And going back for season 5 of Tyler Perry's For Better or Worse in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been keeping busy in the TV world as well. And then I was hearing that you're still doing shows and things like that.
I'm still touring. I'm still touring comedy-wise. Yeah, Coco Brown's in demand, so you call, I come.
All right, talk about the show with Zendaya.
It's called Casey Undercover. It's a new show they gave her to kind of showcase, that she's grown now. She's 18. But I just admire her. She's a beautiful woman. When that chick tried to come with her about her locks, she came with her so classy, so dignified. And I said, it is a new day when an 18-year-old has more class and self-awareness than a grown woman. So I applaud you, sweetheart. I may get locked just because. Yes.
Juliana Ronzik, she apologized. Some people thought it was because it was a little forced because the networks told her to.
Of course she had to.
But I'm not sure of her true feelings, so I want to talk to Zendaya about definitely what she feels about it.
I think she looked stunning. I love the natural hair. She gave us life with those locks, and she's 18. She's allowed to experiment and explore and find different versions of herself. So I don't know what Juliana, is that her name?
Yes.
I don't girlfriend, look, it's called decorum. And maybe if you had said, oh my God, she's giving me Bob Marley right now, it would have been a little bit more PC. But to say she smelt of patchouli and weed, homegirl, come on now. You done been in the business too long to know better.
Well, they were saying, they say, well, Joan Rivers can get away to comment like that. But then, they were saying
but that's Joan Rivers.
Exactly.
That was her schnick. That's who she was, And you have people like that, like Kathy Griffin, who that's their schnick to say the most outlandish, unpolitically correct things. But if that's not your thing and you're trying to represent a certain image and you've already been talked about for how thin you are and you've been attacked, you should know better.
Right.
You should know better.
Yes. And we're growing learning. Shout out to Ava DuVernay and Kerry Washington who supported Zendaya.
I want to do a powerful movie. I do more than comedy. This is my audition. Girl, look, I can cry. I can do all that. I'm sorry. I had a moment.
No, she's amazing. She's amazing.
I love her. I love her
as well.
Yes,
Ava,
love her. Love her.
So before I want the fans to get a little sneak peek at what they're going to be seeing in your most recent show that we have clips for the new comedy series. Bounce. So talk about that quickly, and then we're going to toss that.
Okay, I'm really excited, about the Off the Chain, presents Coco Brown, One Funny Mama. This is indicative of my life right now, I shot a 1-hour special many years ago, but it was pre-divorce, pre-becoming a single mother. Right now, what they're going to see is Coco Brown, transparent. I'm going to be naked. I'm going to give you everything I've got, and you're going to hear my soul. You're going to see my diary. I'm giving you a sneak peek into my mind, into my soul.
All right, so let's take a sneak peek.
All right.
At this one. Keep it locked right here.
And now, an uncut look at Bounce TV's Off the Chain, featuring Coco Brown.
Some of y'all wonder why your man leave after y'all get busy. Because he hungry. You think I'm lying? Next time you and your man have relations, honey, and he say he getting ready to go, look him dead in the face and go, I'm a cook. He gonna be like, for real? You ain't gotta cook, boo-boo. It's all about presentation. You go in that kitchen. Now make sure you don't put nothing on them boy shorts you wore in there, okay? And when you walk out real cute, like go to that kitchen. Get you a real pretty plate. Get you an American cheese slice, cut it up in 4 squares. Get some saltines, some Ritz, put them on that plate with that cheese on top. You reach in the freezer and get that mug you've had in there since he got there. It's all nice and frosty. Throw a few ice cubes in there, some ice cold water, and as you're walking, it's dripping, dripping, dripping condensation as you got them cheese crackers in that water, and you hand it to him very delicately, and you look him dead in the eye and say, there you go, daddy. And then walk away. Check his Twitter in 5 minutes and gonna say, yo, I put it down, she made me hors d'oeuvres.
Welcome back, guys. Holding it down right here in the studio with Coco Brown. All right, you just peeped the trailer for her new show. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about your character, because I'm sure they've seen a lot and they want to know more. So tell me more about the character.
Character of who? One Funny Mama?
Yeah.
It's who I am. I'm a mother now, and I'm funny. I get paid to be funny. And It's something I do. I don't try to be funny. It's just something I guess I've been blessed with, that I say things and people just bust out laughing. But, you know, I am a mother, and I think that mothers, especially single mothers, should be applauded because we are some strong women, and you know, to be able to hold down the fort and raise our children, and a lot of us are trying to raise our children to the best of our ability, and I think we should be applauded. You know, mothers are the foundation of the household, whether you want to admit it or not. And you know, without that, you know, you got a lot of lost kids out here. Everybody ain't got daddy issues. Some got mama issues too.
That's right. I was actually looking at an interview and you were talking about your son, and you were talking about the 3 strikes. So I want you to explain real quickly what the 3 strikes are, and then I want to know if your son has used it.
I am a strong advocate for anti-bullying. I think it's absurd that children are being bullied to the degree of taking their own lives or whatever. I'm very adamant about that. And I've told people that my son is going to have a 3-strike, you know, deal with me. The first time someone bullies you, say, I don't like that, stop. Second time, tell an adult, tell me. Third time, put them to sleep. They won't bully you no more. And and I'm not gonna trip. If they call me and they say, Miss Brown, we're gonna have to suspend Phoenix for a couple of days because he knocked so and so out, I'm gonna say, well, did you do the 3 strikes? If he goes, yes, mommy, I say, well, let's go Disneyland. Let's go. Because I'm serious. I'm not playing that. Right. You know, nobody's gonna bully my kid.
Right. And then has he used it?
You know, he has not. Okay. And my son is not a bully. He's a very compassionate child. My son's the kind of kid that if he's playing with the kid and another kid comes and takes that kid's toy, my son's gonna go over there and get it and take it back to that kid. So I'm grateful that my son, even at 2 and a half, has empathy and compassion.
You are doing so much though, not even featuring. We were talking about TV shows. We gotta move on to movies now. I mean, you're also Ted too.
Yeah.
We released the trailer. We're gonna show you a little bit, but
okay.
Talk about.
I didn't make the trailer, man. Okay. No, but it was an amazing experience. You know, I think what really just made me go, I must be doing something right, is that Seth MacFarlane handpicked me. You know, he invited me to the table read, and it was pretty much, this is who I want, and if she brings in the table read, the job is hers. And you know, for me, you know, you put me on the spot, I'm on. And it was just an incredible experience to go in there and work with someone who is a comedic genius like Seth MacFarlane is, and to have him say, I trust you're funny, and to have him say, you know what, give me your version, Coca. I want to see what you're going to do with this. And, you know, that's a huge compliment. So I'm grateful, you know, that apparently I must be doing something right when someone of that caliber is peeping me.
Well, you're definitely working, so we want to get you guys to check out Ted 2, guys. She didn't make the trailer, but it's still really funny. You gotta check her out.
Look at this. It says if we want to have a baby, you're gonna have to prove you're a person in a court of law.
This is a nightmare. We gotta fight it. We'll get a lawyer and we'll sue the government for your civil rights.
The power! I'm Samantha Jackson. You must be Ted.
Yeah, Samantha Jackson. What's your middle name?
Leslie.
Oh my God, you're Sam L. Jackson.
That's great. I mean, just like Sam L. Jackson.
Who is that?
You ever seen any movie ever? He's the black guy.
The power! They've denied you the same rights as everybody else just because you're different.
Can you get me my life back?
Ted, do you believe you have a soul?
What did you think I would do at this moment?
Objection.
Overruled.
You
want to be human in the eyes of the law. The important thing about being human is making a contribution to society.
All right, guys, we're back honing down in the studio with Coco Brown. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the trailer, by the way, but we're going to talk about Back to TV. Before we go there, I want to talk about your favorite comedy special of all time.
Eddie Murphy Raw.
That was quick.
Hands down. I can watch it every day, all day. Eddie Murphy Raw.
What about it makes it your favorite?
It's just, it was Eddie at his peak, at his most real, and just, you know he had made it, but he hadn't forgotten how far, you know, and how much he had done to get there, where he was still giving us Eddie, but he was giving us Eddie with money now. Okay. It was that cockiness, but in that cockiness, like, I like him, I want to hang with him. And then, of course, the material is timeless. I mean, you can watch that now, and it even applies to what's going on right now.
And for you, when you draw material, and who are some of your inspirations for people who were like comedians growing up, or who do you like? You know?
I mean, I've always been, huge fans. I love Richard Pryor's Truth. I love, the J.B. Smooths and the Tony Roberts, people that maybe you may not know, who are very animated and not only will tell you the joke, but will act out the joke and give you a show, a performance, Huge fan of Chris Rock, where he takes things that are happening to him personally and just putting it out there like, this is what happens to me, this is how I see the world. Huge fan of Cheryl Underwood, who is just one of those women that didn't bite her tongue, and we can take that all the way back to the LaWanda Page and and the Shirley Hemphill, who didn't bite their tongue. They were ladies who was like, I'm a woman, hear me roar, and this is my opinion, take it or leave it. So I admire quite a few. And of course, you know, Kevin, I mean, the businessman in himself that he has become, I mean, he needs to write a book, The Blueprint.
You understand of him talking that
The Blueprint.
The whole
oh, yeah. He was real stingy with that blueprint, Kevin. We used to work together. For real, you couldn't tell nobody? Okay. But
hey, you guys still can work together.
Right.
We're big fans
That's
of Will Packer
huge
and
fan.
Kevin. So.
Yeah.
Lastly, I want to talk about the first time that you were on stage, or the first time you were ever on stage in a crowd doing what you do. Comedy.
I mean, the first time was at a place called the Comedy Spot, which was a comedy club in New Carrollton, Maryland. That's closed now, but that's where I started. Okay. You know, and went through the ranks. You know, open mic to emceeing to featuring, and then on to headlining. First standing ovation I ever got was at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte. I remember Anthony Mason was in the audience, and I hope he's doing well. And he incited it. He loved this ending joke I did, and he stood up, and when a 7 feet tall man stands up, the whole crowd stands up. Right. So much love to him for making me have my first standing ovation. And the crowd that really made me go, okay, I may have something, is when I went on Showtime at the Apollo. Okay. And I ended up winning 4 straight times. I said, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I got something. They ain't booed me.
So your process in getting ready when you're about to go on stage, is it more like, are you writing a lot? Are you drawing from inspiration? How do you find yourself?
Everything. I am a true, what you hear out of my mouth, I'm not talking about anything that I have not experienced, I have not seen. I'm putting my life on stage. I'm very transparent. I mean, I have put everything from my divorce to breakups to giving birth to stretch marks to, you know, not wanting to be naked when you get with somebody because they don't like your body no more. I mean, I put it out there, you know, and I think that's what people love, is the vulnerability and the transparency of my act, is that they can relate, and I'm saying things that maybe you may not have the gall to say.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right, well, you guys, thank you so much, Coco, for holding it down with us in the studio. Make sure you keep it locked for all the updates. Subscribe right there. You already know all the info is right below. And follow us on Instagram at BlackTV. Follow us on Instagram at Roll It Out.
Oh, and Coco Brown, One Funny Mama.
At Reina Royale. Keep it locked right here. You want that tag out again? Was that good?